Hello YouTube family, Greg D here with TGN, and we are back for another DCUO video. And today what I thought I would do is, since we're doing a playthrough with a precision DPS of Earth, I figured that I would give you my take on how to spec and equip yourself to get the maximum amount of damage for that precision DPS. So this doesn't matter whether you're using Earth, this doesn't matter whether you're using Rage, if you're using Hard Light, if you're using whatever power you want to use. This is going to be how I would personally spec myself out to do the most amount of damage for that precision DPS. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is, when you look at especially like things like your artifacts, anything that helps buff up your precision, this is what you're going to want to focus on, because now, as you remember, we're at a point where you are allowed to have 3 artifacts. So if you just want to focus on the DPS aspect of the game, not worry about anything as far as healing, controlling, tanking, you just want to be a DPS, you want to make sure that your artifacts are something that will help boost that precision rating. Let me see if I actually have one somewhere in here where we can... Oh, I got this that I can collect. Let me see if there's something in here. So like this, for example, the Venom Wrist Dispenser. As you see here, this one, as you level it up, promotes power, health, and precision. So this would be something perfect for precision DPSing. Then, of course, as you would go into your augment orientations, instead of having mighty metagenes as my personal main character has, you'll want to have your precision ones. So if you go down here and you see precise, once again, if you're just focusing on precision DPSing, you would want to equip all precision metagenes there. Also, kind of the same thing here with your adaptive augmentations. As you see here, I have the ones that are recommended for the damage superpowers, but precision wise, you want to make sure that you have some for weapon attacks, because you have to remember, when you're doing damage overall in general, your white numbers are going to be your precision numbers, your yellow numbers are your might numbers. So in the case of precision DPSing, you want to make sure you have as many white numbers as possible. Now, in most cases, that will be a bevy of weapon attacks. So you want to make sure that in your adaptive augments that you have yourself something that's recommended for weapon attacks. Then, as far as your traits are concerned, what you want to do is obviously allowing yourself as many skill points as possible. You, instead of focusing on something like superpowered, you want to focus solely on weapons expert. As you can see here, recommended for damage weapons, because in this case, I personally like weapon mastery as a way of getting most of your damage from precision. Obviously, you're going to be using your powers, but the majority of your damage is going to come from your weapon attacks. So whatever weapon mastery that you see fit here, granted, it does take more skill points in order to get your weapon mastery started, but in the long run, if you want something that's a little more challenging, something that's a little bit more engaging as far as playing with a power, then weapon mastery might be the way to go there. So obviously, you can kind of choose whatever weapon mastery you want. Personally, my favorite is two-handed into bow mastery. So what you would need to do is you would need to, and it'll tell you here. So you'll need to have all the points set up here in two-handed, and then depending on whatever bow mastery you want. So for example, you could just do this one. So then you would need to fill out all your points there in your two-handed. Then you would have to go into the bow tree, and you would have to fill out all these points. Now also too, once you filled out all the bow points, if you decided to do another one, skill points allowed of course, you could go into one of these other ones as well. Now the next thing that you always want to do, there's really like 3 things that come down to. You want to make sure that you go in your base. Come into your base here. and you want to make sure that you have your tactical mods set up, because once you get your tactical mods, which I actually need to grab a couple here while we have the video going, you'll come over to your Spencer and you will look for your tactical mods here. So usually these are based upon like what power you have at that particular time. So whether you're Earth, whether you're Rage, whether you're Hard Light, like I said, something along those lines. So in this case, I want Might just because my main character here is Might. But as you can see here, you have a plethora of choices here. So in this case, you have increases critical power chance, increases restoration, increases your defense, increases more defense. So in the case of precision, you would want to have relentless precision, increases your precision by 4% while you maintain that hit counter above 9. So right now I'm going to actually equip this while I can. So we're going to put that in my neck there. But essentially you can do all of these mods for all of this stuff. So as you can see, there's a weapon one, there's a head one, there's a neck one, back, there's chest, there's one for legs, there's a feet one, there's hands. So if you're looking to be the top stats for precision, make sure that you have your white mods and make sure they're all precision based. Then the last thing that you want to do is you want to come down to the bottom of your base here. Whoop, that's the... Oh, no, that was the right thing. I know what I'm doing, I swear. So you want to come to your mods. So you have, as you see here, health and power, offense. So if you are precision based, what I would recommend doing is having, for health and power, having an even amount of health and power. Support, you can pretty much put whatever you want here, depending on what the alternate role is. But if you're just focusing on DPSing, then it really doesn't matter what you put in support role there. But offense, as you see here, I have all might just because that's what I'm using with my main character. But for precision, you want to make sure that you have all precision right there. All precision. And then that way, between all four of those things, between your equipment and your artifacts, between your augments, between your white mods, and between your generator mods, you will have the most amount of precision that you possibly can, and then you will be, hopefully, with some practice, a badass, oops, I wish I could fly, a badass precision DPS. So that is my take on how I would spec myself out and prepare myself to be a top-end precision DPS. To me, precision DPSing is more engaging in the game. It requires, it's not as boring, it's not as monotonous. It does require a little bit more skill a lot of times, but it's a lot more fun and a lot more engaging, like I said. So that is my take. If you want to try it out, I know a lot of people will say, and the way to go now is being a might DPS, just play from the tray, just going through your loadout, which is a lot easier. It does a boatload of damage, don't get me wrong, and it is a good way to go, but I do sometimes miss the days of weapon mastery, and that is why I created the new character, as most of you know, or as most of you have been watching me for lately. That is one of the reasons why I created the new Precision Earth DPS playthrough character, is just because I missed the old days of weapon mastery. It was a lot of fun to see all the numbers pop up everywhere. It can be very, very engaging. But like I said, that's my take. So try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. And that's all I got for you today. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, see you soon.